Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing.
Hello, my beautiful mermaids. So I made this mermaid tutorial last fall during Halloween, and I never uploaded the look of how I did the crown. So this is one of my first DIY videos. If you like these types of videos and are interested in how I made this, please keep watching, and here we go. So because this crown had a lot of weight to it, I used a metal tiara I bought for $5 from Burlington Coat Factory. I'm going in with some sort of like potato sack ribbon. It's not really called that, but I'll link it below. But it's some sort of sack texture ribbon, and I'm going to be gluing that around the crown, just in case I didn't like it. That way, so, you know, I could unwrap it someday if I didn't like it and go back to having the little metal tiara if I pleased. So anyway, oh, it's burlap sack. That's what it's called, not potato sack. What am I thinking? Anyways, so I glue the seams with a hot glue gun, and I just want to make sure it's nicely secured. I also tie the ends with gold string to be safe, and then now we're moving on to grass. So I bought this grass from the Dollar Tree. It looked like swamp grass, which I thought was great for this type of swampy mermaid I was going for, and it was really fun to try to cut off with my fabric scissors. But I started trimming it because I wanted all different lengths to apply to the crown. So I just did that for a while. And then I'm going to be applying it in sections. Now, a hot glue gun is not the best thing to use for this, but at the time I couldn't find my other glue I purchased. It's going to kind of melt there, so you kind of want fabric glue or super glue, things like that. As you can see, I'm having trouble making it stick without it bending, but it ended up working anyways. Again, hot glue gun, not the best for plastic that melts quickly. So I'm putting these two pieces on the side that I bunched with a little bit of variety, and then I'm going in with some twigs that I literally picked up off my tree in my front yard because I liked the way that they curved, kind of like antlers. And while it's not going to be like perfectly symmetrical, I do want a similar amount of curving branches out of the side of this crown. So I'm moving another curving branch further up and just going to secure it in place, maybe a little bit overlapping the other one because I think it gives it a more organic and artistic looking feel to it. So there's my little variety I went with. Not perfectly symmetrical, but definitely very organic looking, and I love that. Once the layer of glue they're adhered with is dried, I begin to add a little bit more glue as well around that, just to make sure that these branches are well secured because I don't want them wobbling. Then I'm going to go in with some moss that I bought from Michael's. This is probably one of the most expensive parts of this project, but my big old bag of moss will last me forever. I'm breaking it off into little bitty pieces and then just gluing it around to cover where the branches are adhered. I'm basically covering the whole shape of the crown. And if you glue too much, then pull a part away. We just want little bitty chunks of moss building to the overall shape. Once I've got the moss pretty evenly distributed and kind of organic looking, I'm going to choose what flower I'm going to pair. And this one was obviously way too huge. I don't know why I bought it. But these other ones from the dollar store were going to work out really well. So they were only $1. And I like that the colors went well with my green mermaid scheme. Just a nice little pinky fuchsia is a beautiful pop of color in there. But first I spray on some gold hairspray and sprinkle glitter on the crown. And I'm going to go in with some jewels. So I have these holographic ones. Because I think holographic ones are a little bit more color neutral, they can go with a lot of schemes. I picked those because they look a little bit magical. And so here I continue gluing down a few little pearls I found at the store as well. They added a little bit more of like an elegance to it, even though, I mean, mind you, this is swampy. But I still want it to look fabulous somehow, and that's how I did. Then going in with those pink flowers earlier mentioned, I'm gluing them to the back, not only because it adds a nice layer to it, but it hides the burlap sack and makes it look even more feminine. Then I'm going to sprinkle some chunky glitter on this. I actually applied some Elmer's glue in little spots all around so it'd get an even distribution of where they stick. And then now we're almost finished, but I did buy these little bitty seashell sequins, and I just wanted to glue them to a few edges, and honestly, they weren't working out the way I wanted to, so I only did like 2. Alright, so that is my finished Swamp Mermaid DIY crown. If you want to see more DIY videos from me, please be sure to like or comment below what you'd most like to see. I've been really excited to put one up because I've never really done one before, and I'd like to try more crowns in the future. So hopefully you all like this video, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.